What's up, boys? Got some NFL player props for you guys today on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, great website. Definitely recommend joining. Match your first deposit up to $100 with code DOMG. That link is in the description if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, much of the stats on this website are a lot lower than other sites, so it's definitely great if you guys like picking overs and stuff. So it's another reason why I do like PrizePicks. But yeah, definitely join it. Match your first deposit up to $100, like I said. That link is in the description. But yeah, we're hopping into some player props. But I got a couple things more to talk about here. So the Patreon, $10 a month. That link is in my description. Usually do stuff for football and NBA almost daily. So that's pretty awesome right there. You guys get my picks every single day. So if you guys are interested in that, that link is in the description. $10 a month. I'll put you in a Patreon in the Discord with all the other Patreon members. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hop into this. But also there's a free Discord down in the description as well if you guys want to join that. So Patreon link, promo code for PrizePicks, and the Discord link all in the description. So definitely do those things if you guys are interested. And last off, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. It really does help me out. Also turn on post notifications. That helps me out as well. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these here. So Thursday Night Football, we got the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So got two quarterbacks on the board, obviously. Ben Roethlisberger and Kirk Cousins. 240.5 for Ben Roethlisberger is what he is at currently. And we have Kirk Cousins at 244.5. So Kirk Cousins has had a pretty good couple of weeks, over in 3 out of his last 5. 3 out of his last 5. So we're going to take a look at, we'll start with passing yards here. Ben Roethlisberger and Kirk Cousins. So team rankings here, great website. Looking at some averages of certain stats and stuff. That Buffalo and New England number is going to, yeah, that is kind of a big outlier. But yeah, I mean, I told you guys last video, I don't recommend really taking any overs or even just fade the entire game entirely because that game was going to be a crapshoot, and it was. So, yeah, they allowed 19 passing yards on 2 passes. So, 3 total passes. But, yeah, anyways, let's take a look at the Vikings in the Pittsburgh and Minnesota here. So, Minnesota's allowing about 250 passing yards per game. They're ranked 23rd. And Pittsburgh is... Where's Pittsburgh? I think I might be blind. Okay, they're right in front of my face right there. 14. 233.2 a game. So they're right around the same area. They're allowing a little bit more than Ben Roethlisberger is at right now, 240. And also PrizePicks just updated this too. It looks really, really good in my opinion. Shows you the last 5, shows you the average of the last 5. It shows you where he's been the last 5 there with that little chart. So pretty good upgrade, I think. But honestly, Ben Roethlisberger over yards wouldn't be too horrible, I don't think. Also, there's stuff on PrizePicks too where you guys can get bonuses for certain things. There's bonuses for 4s and 5s, sometimes 3s and 2s. So if you go like over Ben Roethlisberger yards and Kirk Cousins under, they'll give you 4 times instead of the normal 3 times. Because if you go over in both stats, it'll give you a 3 times. But if you go over in one quarterback, under in one quarterback, and you can top it on with other stuff too. So if you go like over in a Vikings receiver and under on a Pittsburgh Steelers receiver or something, they'll give you like a 15 times or 12.5 times for like a pick 4 or something. So they do a bunch of different stuff like that as well. So I'm kind of looking into some times 4s today, I think, for the 2 quarterbacks. But we'll see. But yeah, Ben Roethlisberger over yards won't be too awful. We take a look at the number file real quick. Another good website for projections. So let's go to the slate here, and let's go to Pittsburgh at Minnesota. I hate watching Minnesota Vikings games because they do that stupid horn every time there's a first down. It's so annoying. But I'm also a Packers fan, so if there's any Vikings fans watching this video, they're probably clicked off by now. But let's take a look here at Ben Roethlisberger. So Roethlisberger here, 254 is what they have him projected at. So about 14 yards over. A little under 14 yards over this 240.5 line right here. So they like him to go over. I kind of like him to go over a little bit, considering the average yards they're allowing per game, his average in this last 5. It all looks pretty good. So he could be potential over. I probably wouldn't touch Kirk Cousins for passing yards, but I think it's going to be a very, very offensive game. I don't think both defenses are good enough by any means. I don't really know who's going to win this game. I feel like it's a game the Vikings should win, considering their offense, but their defense is kind of bad. But I don't know. We take a look at rushing yards here. They don't have Dalvin Cook on here yet because they didn't really know what was happening with the running backs, and he just now got ruled in for today, which is crazy considering his shoulder injury. But 65.5 is what he is at. He had 71 against Baltimore, 23, 39, 105, and 62. So he's only gone over in 2 out of his last 5. Average of 60 in his last 5. So let's take a look at, again on team rankings, rushing defense, opponent rushing yards per game. Let's take a look at this here on where Minnesota is. Minnesota is allowing the 4th most rushing yards. I did not even know that. That could be a potential play for Najee Harris today, considering the amount of rushing yards they're allowing. Maybe they just pound the rock the entire game with Najee. So maybe I like a lot of the Pittsburgh's offense today. 79 is what they have him projected at, and he's at 65.5. That could be a potential over, considering how bad the Vikings' rushing defense is, and where number 5 has him projected. So I kind of do like this one quite a bit. So yeah, he's able to go against Baltimore. Where's Baltimore ranked? Yeah, he went over against the best rushing defense, so on average. So I don't know, but he did go under against Cincinnati and the Chargers and the Bears. So I don't know. Could be potential play there for Najee though, but I'm not sure because they might be down in this game quite a little bit. So if they just pound the rock with Najee, I don't know. I have bad luck with Najee here. I really do. He screwed me a couple of times because of Mike Tomlin, but Najee Harris here, 23.5 receiving yards is an interesting one. 36, 14, 20, 28, 16, so only gone over in 2 out of his last 5. Average of 22.8. Let's take a look at number 5 real quick since we're still on Najee. They have him at 29.7. Number 5 likes him over in pretty much everything, it seems like, but there's not really a stat for receiving yards here, but yeah, I don't know. We don't have to worry about weather this game either because it's in a dome, but Justin Jefferson, 182, 83, 169, 143, 69. He's kind of like a boomer bust almost. I mean, well, not a bust, but he's more like a moderate or boom. Boomer moderate is what he's at. Because he's not really busting here, but yeah, I mean, there's 182, 169, 143, and then there's like 69. I mean, I don't know. He's kind of a weird one to touch. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to stop Justin Jefferson today. They have him at 91 receiving, so they have him barely over. I probably just wouldn't touch this, even though something's telling me to say yes on this. I don't know. Probably just wouldn't touch that one. Chase Claypool here, 47.5, 52, 82, 93, 30, and 45. So one that I definitely do like today, though, I'll just skip Chase Claypool. I don't think there's really a point in going on him. But Deante Johnson stuff has always been great. I mean, even here, 4 in his last 5. I didn't even know that. He's hit 4 out of his last 5. Ben Roethlisberger just throws this guy the ball every single time. He gets like 13 targets a game. It's insane. Deante Johnson is a workhorse. 105, 95, 101, 83, and 56. And he's going against the Vikings, which aren't a great passing defense or rushing defense at all. Like Dionte Johnson, though, I have him projected for 78 receiving yards today. So they have him barely over. But there's a different one that I do like, and that is receptions. So I like receptions here for Dionte Johnson as well at 7. He's at 8, 9, 7, 7, and 5. So in the games where he's hit over receiving yards, he's also hit over receptions. So I don't know. Maybe you think he's going to hit the yardage before the receptions. It just depends. So yeah, he's going over in every single game where he has had that yardage. So I don't know. Maybe you do like receiving yards just in case he gets that one big play rather than 7 catches. So maybe it is probably a better route to take the receiving yards. But they have Dionte Johnson at 6 catches today. So yeah, maybe you do want to take the receiving yards there. Maybe that is a good take right there. So yeah, maybe Dionte Johnson receiving yards is a pretty good play. I kind of like it. He's gone over pretty well in those couple games. So he had 7 catches in a game with 101 yards. He barely went over the receptions, but he hit the yards by a good amount. So maybe there's just that one big play he gets today with 6 catches or something. Hits the under on receptions and hits the over in receiving yards. So I don't know. KJ Osborne is a good one as well. No Adam Thielen tonight. He had 47 with Adam Thielen out. So you can't really factor in any of these. I don't think Adam Thielen or Justin Jefferson were out in any of these games. Don't quote me on that, but I don't believe they are. They were. But 47 right there against Detroit. So KJ Osborne is a definite play tonight, I do think, for receiving yards. He's one that I definitely do like. They have him at 39 receiving yards, so that is literally right dead on. So they actually have him at 39.58, so they like him over by 0.08. So right on the mark there, Prize Picks. Good job on your line right there, but I still like him on the over a little bit there. Conklin is another one too. One of these receivers are going to hit the over for sure. Maybe both. But I'm really confident one of those guys hitting it, unless the Vikings completely blow them out. But yeah, I think they'll definitely hit the over with Adam Thielen out. They got to throw to someone. That's like their only 3 receivers, pretty much, unless they're going to throw to Dalvin Cook all game. So fantasy score is interesting always on Prize Picks. I definitely like fantasy score a little bit, but there's nothing that completely strikes me as something great right off the bat. He's actually hit this over in every single game. So 21, 16, 24, 18, 21. Maybe that's a good play. He went over by .02 in that game, but still went over. But see where Ben is here. Ben's gone over in 4 out of his last 5. This could be a good play considering the Vikings' passing defense and how they might be playing from a little bit down today. So I do like the Steelers to win today, but I definitely think they, well, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting game. I think it'll actually be a good game for 2, like, kind of mediocre teams. So, I don't know. I think they'll throw the ball a decent amount, enough for him to hit the fantasy score. So, that could be a potential play as well. I don't really want to touch anything else with receptions. I've already taken a look at those guys. Claypool, he's not really anything crazy. If anything, that's an underplay. But I know a lot of people don't like the unders. So, passing touchdowns here, 1.5 for both quarterbacks. He's gone over in 5 out of his last 5. We take a look where they have Kirk Cousins today for passing touchdowns. Passing touchdowns, they have him at 1.67, so they like him to go over by a little bit. And Big Ben here, he's gone over in 1, 2, 3 of his last 5. I probably just wouldn't touch Big Ben. We'll see where they have him at, though. Ben Roethlisberger, they have him at 1.38, so yeah. I just wouldn't touch that one. Kirk Cousins, though, potential overplay. Maybe you even take his fantasy score. So I'd probably take his fantasy score over his passing touchdowns. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, because he might need 2 passing touchdowns in order to hit that fantasy score. So I don't know. I'd have to do the math on that to figure out which one I'd rather take, but maybe the passing touchdowns is the move over fantasy score. But Najee Harris touchdown, I am done playing this one because I played him against Detroit, and that sucked. Tomlin would not give him the freaking football. It was ridiculous. And they ended up tying Detroit because of it. So I'm done with Najee Harris on there. I'm not even going to look at it. I don't want to get tempted. Though, Justin Jefferson here, 1, 2, and 1. 3 of his last 5. So that's probably one I just wouldn't touch. We'll see where they have Justin Jefferson, though. But yeah, I don't think they can stop Justin Jefferson today. But receiving, they have him at 0.55. So they like him to go over just a little bit, but I really won't touch it. Completions is an interesting one. I do like Kirk Cousins on the over for completions. He has 20 or 30, 20, 24, 25, 17. So I like this one a little bit. Barely went over against San Francisco. I think he gets at least 21 tonight. See where they have Kirk Cousins here. Number fire in this video. Actually, we have to take a look at defense as well. But they like him at about 23 completions. So that is good news for taking the over on him. Let's see the completions that the Steelers are allowing per game. So we take a look at opponent completions per game. See where the Steelers are at. Pittsburgh. They're on about 21.9 per game, and that's playing Lamar Jackson too. So I don't know. 21.9 right there. About 22 completions per game, and Kirk, who's hit it 3 out of 5. I think it could be a pretty good play right there. Not horrible. We take a look at defense though. You got fantasy score and tackles. Tackles are a good way to get your 15 times on the 5 picks. We'll probably be taking a look at that later on the Patreon. Probably give a 5 pick tonight is what I'm thinking. Probably cook one up. The kickers could be interesting too. I like taking kickers sometimes over in fantasy score. That's definitely good sometimes. But Steelers defense, Vikings defense, I really haven't taken a look at any of these. But just letting you guys know, this tab is actually pretty good sometimes. So I like this a lot. I've taken the defenses before. I've taken the kickers before. It's pretty good. So definitely some stuff I like. NBA video coming in a little bit later, but we only have a small 3-game slate, and nothing is really up currently. But that's going to do it for the video, man. Appreciate you guys watching. Again, if anyone is new, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. Those 2 things would help me out. But Patreon link is in the description. Prize Picks link is in the description. Match your first deposit up to $100 if you guys are not already on Prize Picks. Highly recommend it. And the Discord is also in the description as well. So that's going to do it, man. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time.